Assalamu alaikum, honorable faith leaders, respected guests. May this holy month of Ramadan bless you and your family with togetherness and happiness. I'm Sulaiman Aziz. Ethnically, I'm Uyghur. I have actually slides. Okay, so, I'm from East Turkestan, but my country, East Turkestan, was occupied by the communist China in December 1949 and renamed it Xinjiang, which means New Territory of China. And East Turkestan has been home for Uyghur people more than 6,000 years. And our language and our culture is Turkic, not Mandarin, not Chinese. And our religious tradition is Muslim, not Buddhist and not communist. Tonight I would like you to remember the three numbers, 40 million, 3 million, and 1 million. Why remember these numbers? Let me explain. As you all know, we Muslims are observing Ramadan, but I'm sad to report that in East Turkestan today, more than 40 million people are banned from observing Ramadan, practicing Islam. Actually, you will be shocked to know that these same Muslim people are forced to drink alcohol and eat pork, profane their faith by the communist China. In 2013, Chinese government turned my country into a police state. And they built the largest concentration camps in the world and quickly locked up more than 3 million Uyghur people in the concentration camps where they are indoctrinated and forced to erase their identity, their language, their culture, and their religion. Including my own family, more than 19 of my blood relatives were arrested and disappeared. My brother, Alumjan, he is one of the 3 million. He went to Turkey in 2014 to study Turkish and stayed for about 6 months and he returned home. But he was arrested and without any trial, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison just because he had gone to Turkey. After my brother was arrested, my mother and my sisters so frightened that they didn't want to answer any of my phone calls. And last Sunday, here in Memphis, in America, we celebrated Mother's Day. I hope you call your mother and you buy her roses. And I wish I could do that my mother too. My mother, Boaisa Mukhtar, she is 72 years old. And last time I contacted with her was 3 years ago, in August 2016. And she answered my phone and said, "Don't call me again," and hang up the phone. And 2 weeks later, I felt something wrong, and I called her again, but her phone was not in service. I feared the worst. Last April, I was told by a friend that my mother was locked in one of the concentration camps for re-education. My mother is a retired nurse, an elderly lady. Why would China so worried, so afraid of my mother, and lock them in and force them and torture her? To find out my mother's whereabouts, I did everything I could, but until today, I failed to find her. All I want is to know, is my mother alive? All I want is to know, hear her familiar voice, even if she can only say, "Son, it's too dangerous, don't call me again." My mother was arrested just because she is Muslim living in the communist Chinese regime. She is arrested just because 5 years ago she came to Memphis to see her granddaughters. In 2013, lastly, I want you to remember one more number. That's the number 1 million. Because this number 1 million is the most painful to us all. China kidnapped more than 1 million children from their parents and taken to the orphanages and indoctrinate them to hate their own culture, hate their own religion, even they are taught to hate their own parents. And they're also forced to adopt Chinese culture, atheism, and communism. Brothers and sisters, these numbers are not only numbers, they are people. We are people who love God. We love our children. We love our families, just like you. Unfortunately, our children, our families, and our freedom have been ripped from us. So please remember these three numbers: 40 million Uyghurs, deprived of their basic right to practice their religion, and 3 million of them are in concentration camps, and 1 million children kidnapped. So please pray for us and contact with our senators, in Tennessee senators, to support Uyghur Human Rights Act of 2019, and this law will pressure China to stop the persecuting minorities, crime against humanity, and this law will help Uyghur people to practice their religion and live according to their culture. And lastly, please also contact me, and I'm available to speak at your place of worship. And I'm Uyghur, one of the 40 million. Thank you very much. Thank you. May Allah bless your efforts.